Hi, welcome to 211 Days. My name is Mike Bennett. Today is Saturday, February 12, 2011, and it is the one-year anniversary of the 2010 Winter Olympic Games. If you can notice behind me is the Olympic cauldron for the 2010 Winter Olympic Games, and that's significant for myself as today is day number 1 for my filming, my diet, and my training for a half Ironman 70.3 series on September 11th of this year. I'm going to need your help to fuel my transformation on my journey to crossing the finish line. Currently, right now, I'm 410 pounds, and this body is not going to make it. That's why I need your help. So why don't you come with me and let's go for a quick workout. I really need your help. Fuel my transformation. I've been watching The Biggest Loser for the past 10 seasons. And I'm still 410 pounds. And I watched like 3 seasons back to back. And Jillian Michaels, one of the personal trainers, she gets to a point with all of the contestants where she's like, what's your trigger point? You know, what triggers you to become an emotional eater? What triggers you to self-sabotage yourself? You know, and it was through acting classes that I discovered, through the different scenes that I do, that there's always an underlying truth that keeps coming up again and again and again and again for me, is that I'm not good enough. Where did that belief come from? Thinking about it, going back and realizing that about between the ages of 3 and 4 years old, that my dad came home from work, I was asking question after question. He was having a bad day. He snapped at me and told me to shut up and stop asking so many stupid freaking questions. And at 4 years old, I interpreted it as being my dad doesn't love me and I'm not good enough. So I've grown up believing that I wasn't good enough and that my dad didn't love me. I mean, he didn't even realize that what he said to me when I was 4 years old had that impact on me. Yeah. You know? My goal growing up was to play professional football. I got scouted by the BC Lions. I got a scholarship to Montana. And me and my friend Bill Pilippa, we went down to Montana. We were the 2 biggest guys they'd ever recruited, and so we were going to help bring him the championship that year. And the last day of training camp, I blew my knee. And the one thing I didn't know was that if you got injured before classes started, that they didn't have to honor the scholarship. So they tore up my scholarship and sent me home. They ripped up my dream, you know? It was my goal to be a professional football player. And when they ripped it up, they told me that I wasn't good enough for my dream. Yeah. After football ended, ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be on TV. Now here I am, and I'm watching The Biggest Loser, and it's through acting classes that I discovered that this underlying truth about me never being good enough, and where it's bled into every area of my life. I've struggled in my acting career, because every time I go to an audition and I get rejected, they're reinforcing to me that I'm not good enough. This past Christmas was the best Christmas that I've had in a long time. My nephew Griffin, he was 3.5 months at the time, and he taught me how to love myself again. You know, a 3.5-month-old kid taught me how to love again. And I realized that I hadn't loved myself for a long time. And that's when I realized that if I don't turn my life around, if I don't take care of my health, I'm not going to get to see him grow up. Because if I continue on the path that I am, I'll end up 510 pounds. At 510 pounds, it's only a matter of time before I'm 6 feet under. And that's when I realized, you know, I need to take control of my health. I need to take control of my life. And I've got to start proving to myself on a daily basis that I am good enough. Not for anybody else, but for myself. And that's why I decided that on February 12th, that I was going to start documenting my training and my diet for a half Ironman. And then when I think about my nephews and my nieces, and how I want to be there, and I want to see them grow up. But not just see them grow up. I want to be an active part of their lives. This is the tank top that Tom Selleck wore in the TV series Magnum P.I., with one difference. In his tank top, there was the number 44, which signified Magnum. Mine is 70.3, which signifies the half Ironman, because a half Ironman is 70.3 miles. So you get to see both goals right here, the Magnum P.I. movie, as well as the 70.3 half Ironman. And because it's a half Ironman, I have to swim for 2 miles, I have to bike ride for 50 miles, and I have to run for 13 miles. Running for 13 miles at 410 pounds is not going to happen. I haven't been on a bike in over 20 years. So crossing the finish line at the half Ironman is about proving my worth to myself, doing something that I didn't think I could do, and through the process turning my health around, turning my life around. And then beyond that, using that as a springboard to getting myself cast in the Magnum P.I. movie. Because I would love to work with Tom Selleck. I'd love to be in the Magnum P.I. movie. You know, I mean, how many people are out there that don't think they're good enough for something? They've got a big goal, a big dream they want to accomplish, you know, and somebody at some point in their life told them, you know, you're not good enough. That's why right now I'm on a mission to turn my life around. But I'm not just turning my life around. I'm on a mission to help other people like myself who are fat and overweight and don't think that they're good enough. I'm on a mission to help turn people's lives around, starting with my own.